Hey guys, it's Caitlin here. Hope you're all staying safe and well. Obviously, as you all know, we are in a lockdown because of this corona crappy virus. Not so much that, but the virus has taken its toll on a lot of people. So before I start this video, I would like to say please stick to the government's advice of staying in the house, only going out for essentials, going out once a day for your exercise, because that's what I'm doing. And yes, I'm finding it hard, but I highly recommend doing it. The quicker we all obey the rules and we listen to what the government says and we stick to it, we will come out of lockdown and it'll all be over. I would like to think. Anyway, moving on with the video. I've had quite a few questions, I've got them here. Quite a few questions that have been asked. I have got some that haven't been written down, which I will be answering in this video as well. I also want to just point out that some of these questions I have actually previously answered in other videos, but I will just go over it. Yeah. So, getting started with the questions, I will do some that I haven't written down, and one of them is, what's it like having half a brain and doing normal things? So obviously a lot of you know that I do have a rare condition, and I had to have half of my brain removed due to epilepsy. But to be truthful, I sort of, having half a brain is the way I've had to learn to live. It was that or dying at a really young age and not really having to experience, not being able to live a normal, a healthy life that I've got now. Having half a brain, I've known no different because I had the surgery at such a young age, and I think it's just important that people with disabilities are seen. You don't always need to have the things of, and I'm not discriminating anyone, I'm not judgmenting anyone, but people in wheelchairs, like, you don't need to physically be in something to be disabled. I know that a lot of NHS over the last years have now said that actually people with anxiety, mental health, has been seen as a hidden disability, which having half of my brain removed has caused me to have a disability, whereas I cope really well with it. People don't really realise I'm actually disabled. So yeah, having half a brain doesn't really affect me, because it's really all I've known. So yeah. The next question I got was how do you find being on a bus with disabilities? It kind of refers back to the other question that I just answered. But obviously me having a hidden disability, if the bus is busy, yes, I sit in the priority seats. And a lot of the time, people do ask me to get out and move. And if there are seats that are available, I will move to them. But with the priority seats, it's a bit different because, like I said, you know, especially with young people these days, you know, a lot of people just automatically sit in them. With me, I haven't got it with me, but on my college badge, I have a priority seat required badge, which tells people that I do need a priority seat on the bus. Like I said, I don't like to really sit in the priority seats unless I really, really have to. But yeah, I would prefer not to sit in priority seats if I can. The next question I got is, what's your favourite food? If I'm honest with you, I like quite a few foods. If I was allowed to give a list, which I practically can give a list because it's my video, it would have to be macaroni and cheese, aubergine bake, my mum's chicken and leek pie, and my brother's stir fry. They're my kind of top favourite foods at the moment. Moving on to these questions that I've got here, is what's your favourite thing about college? So my favourite thing about college is, you know, I've mentioned in loads of videos, I am doing level 2 childcare. I like learning about like the different stages of childcare, you know, the safeguarding, all the kind of things you need to know to be able to work with children. I've actually met a really good friend on my new course this year called Sally, and she is one of a kind. When we first met, we were actually on FaceTime last night discussing this, but we met each other on the course, and then we realised, or we both discovered, that we actually live in the same area. In fact, we live like 5-10 minutes away from each other in Mile Oak, so it's just, you know, making new friends, doing the course, enjoying it, sticking to routines. That is my favourite thing about college, is being around friends, learning, knowing I'm gonna hopefully get where I want to be, and say in like 3-4 years time. The next question is, have you met anyone famous? I have. I've met a few famous people. When I was 4, I was on the one of Jeremy Kyle's special inspirational people's program. Unfortunately, the video isn't available on YouTube. I have checked on numerous occasions to try and find it to show friends and stuff. But yes, I've met Jeremy Kyle. I've also met Zoe Ball. She's even been in my house. Her son Woody was best friends with my brother, so I've met quite a few famous faces. Would you like to be famous? Yes, part of me would like to be famous, but the other part of me is I probably wouldn't want to be famous because I don't like being like publicised too much. I know that I do YouTube videos for you guys. That sort of thing doesn't bother me, but I wouldn't like to have like all the press and the news and all that around me, following my every step. If you could change one thing, what would it be? This is a difficult one to answer because, you know, what I've got in me is me, and that's what makes me me. I would probably like to change the fact that I'd be able to use both sides of my body. Obviously, going back to like the first question, obviously with the disability, it's a bit difficult to do things. I have a weakness down my right side, so I have a weakness to my right arm and right leg. I can't move the fingers very well in this hand, in my right hand. and I can't move the toes on my right foot. So I would love to be able to experience using 2 hands, and yeah, but I know that won't happen. But I'm just going to look on the positives and just think, you know, I've made it this far, I can do it. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I don't know. In a home. I know that sounds silly. Probably next door to Connie Tobert. I don't know where she lives. Somewhere, I don't really know. If it was a different country, it'd probably have to be Benidorm. What's it like having a disability? This is also a really good question, because with my disability especially, you're always going to have your ups and your downs. There's days, I've said in previous videos, I've had days where I've really liked having it. You know, it's part of me, kind of have to deal with it, kind of thing. I have days where I wish I never had the disability. I have days where I'm proud. I'm proud of who I am and what I've got and how lucky I am. Because some people with my condition aren't as lucky as me. So, you know, I have to take my disability of how it is a lot. That I'm one of the lucky ones with my condition to be as able as I am to do things. So yeah, so it's just trying to, yeah, I have my bad days and I have my good days, just to say the least. The last question on this bit of paper in my book is, who is the three people in your family you were close to? So I'm really close with my mum. I'm really close with my mum. We get on really well. I talk to her about everything. I'm really close to my sister. Like, I'm dead close to my sister. We get on really well. We talk quite often. And we just, yeah. So my mum and my sister. I don't know if this counts, but the dog, Sydney, my little pooch, my little pupster, my little boy, as I like to call him, my little fluffy, my fur brother, my little baby fur brother. Just because I can get away with singing to him and he can't tell me how bad my voice is. I get away with like loads of cuddles and snuggles, and he knows when I'm sad. That's the best thing. He knows when I'm sad, even when I don't show anything. So yeah, it have to be my mum, my sister and Sydney. But that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Also, like I said at the start of the video, please listen to the guidelines, what's been going on, with Boris Johnson, and people just, if you take the advice, it'll be over quicker. That's how I'm thinking of it. That's what I'm hoping might happen. If we listen to the guidelines, it'll be over quicker. But listen, all stay safe and stay well, and remember to do your 1 bit of exercise a day, and we will get there and we'll beat this coronavirus. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.